thing the crew would do on a live steam engine when getting on board would be to have a look at the level of the water in the gauge glasses, because it's very important to make sure there's always water in the boiler, otherwise big bang, fingers on the edge job. And they would check the handbrake was on as well and do that. The driver would sit over there, he'd keep an eye out for the signals down the side. He's got a very good view, but the signals were mainly on that side in those days. You've got a regulator to make it go, you've got a brake, you've got a whistle. That's a good bit, isn't it? And you got what was called a reverser to make it go either forward or backwards, and you spin that round. And that would also adjust the time that the steam was let into the cylinders during each stroke. So when you're setting off, you want the cylinders to have steam in for a long time to get the thing underway. But as you set off and got going, you could what was called wind it back, reduce the amount of time, and use the expansive properties of steam to drive the piston back and forth. And it's a more economical use of the steam. So if you keep full steam on in the cylinders all the time, it uses an awful lot, and you get a glare from the fireman. Because the fireman's there to ensure that the fire's in a good state. He's using coal from in there, shovel the coal in. He's there to make sure there's enough water in the glass. He's responsible for that, and the locomotive carries spare water. It's got a 5,000 gallon tank there behind you, and it uses more water in terms of space than it does coal. So it would go from London to Edinburgh with the same with that amount of coal, but it would have to top up the water on the way, and it does that by dropping a scoop with this handle. And they would have water troughs on level pieces of track. It would drop the scoop, it would pick up the water, shoot it up into the tender. If it got too much, and it would trench the carriage behind it. It would use that spare water to put into the boiler using something called an injector, which was invented by a Frenchman. So they're all calibrated in millimetres. But it used the pressure of the steam from the boiler combined with that water to force the water into the boiler. So he would look after the steam, look after the level of the water in the boiler, and he'd look after the state of the fire. Now, together they would work as a team. The driver would, as well as operating the locomotive, would keep an eye on the pressure and an eye on the water of the boiler, and perhaps say, things are running a bit short at the minute, I might just ease off a bit and let the fire come round. If they were daggers drawn, perhaps not so, but it's obviously some would traditionally draw a chalk line down the cabin, so that's my side of the short side. But there we are, that story. That very quickly, there are all sorts of other levers and what have you, but those are the main ones. You used to spend years becoming a driver. You'd start as a fireman and work.
Started off as
cleaner, that's it, cleaner, fireman, driver. And it would take some time.